Where are we going? Oh, we are rolling. Bench world. Talk to me. That just seems
Yeah,
rad.
yeah, I'll be leaving tomorrow actually to Lithuania, and then we'll compete at the Sunday for actually what will be my first competition in 2 years now. So that'll be exciting to see how it feels to be on the platform again and see which weights we can push.
Yeah, man. Like what you going for? What's your opener?
I I don't really know my opener right now, but I will actually say it's much more than I ever benched before at competition.
Oh,
So hopefully, if everything goes as planned, maybe I will take a shot at the world record.
holy
If
shit.
everything if everything's going as planned.
Oh, dear. There's not many people that would be able to say something like that. You know what I mean?
And the world record is like 346. So we'll see. We'll see.
Is that equipped or non-equipped?
That's equipped.
That's
Equipped in
insane.
the 105 class.
In the 105. Like that's
Yeah.
so just to like give a little bit of an explanation for anyone who has no idea what the hell's going on. Like equipped, you wear a suit, right?
Yeah. I'm using a single ply bench shirt as I'm using the Super Katana low cut. And it's like, yeah, it's helped with the bottom position and help you get a more powerful bench press from the chest and a bit when you come like halfway or
Mhm.
3/4 of up in the lift, it's pretty much non-help at all, at least for me when I'm bent with my shirt.
Wow. So it basically, would you say it kind of mimics a slingshot?
Yeah, it's exactly like a slingshot when you're using that.
Ah, okay, wicked. But at the same time, like you weigh 105.
Yeah, I'm rating at the 101 right now, so I'm not
Jesus.
really at 105 yet, but we'll see.
You need to eat some food, boy.
Yeah, I need to. I'm actually eating like a monster right now. I think I'm around 5,200 calories a day, so
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
eating a lot all the time. So I'm trying to gain the weight.
That's insane. Like the world record is, well, you said 346.
Yeah, 346 right now.
346 right now, right? And that was at the 105s.
Yeah, 105.
It's over triple body weight.
It will be over trip. Yeah,
Like just that I have this conversation a lot with people, right? Like with either weightlifters or powerlifters, right? And you look at anything on, the Olympics or world records or just worlds, right? And the average human being will not be able to understand the weight on the bar because the average human being doesn't have to pick up 150 kilos like as a deadlift.
no,
Like in any
no,
any day life, they don't have to pick up 150 kilos. They don't have to be able to feel what that feels like, right? Now we're
yeah,
talking about 346.
exactly. It's pretty heavy in the hands sometimes when you have a little bad day or something like that. Then it will always be maybe your CNS doesn't really, yeah, control the right muscles or something like that. But some days it feels like air. So hopefully it will feel like air on Sunday as well.
346. I can't even imagine it.
So yeah, we will see. Hopefully I will have a shot on it.
Mm.
If I
So
need it for the gold medal, I will do it.
wow. How did you get into equipped side of powerlifting?
I actually started with equipped powerlifting when I started with powerlifting. So when I started with powerlifting, it was only like equipped lifting. So, and that was like 9 years ago now.
Mm.
So I actually just came with the equipment and started because if you were able to compete, it was with equipment. The raw lifting wasn't that big at that time. So I
Yeah.
actually just choose to start with equipment. And now that I actually can handle the equipment so good, and I think it's much more fun with equipment than the raw lifting because it can go so wrong with the equipment. and so right at the same time, that will, I think it will be more fun to compete that way.
Mm.
But of course, I'm doing some small meets with raw lifting or raw as well.
Mm.
So I'm not like, well, trash talking raw lifting. I'm only saying that right now I will have my focus on equipped lifting, but I'm saying maybe in a few years I will do some bigger raw meets.
Mm. So what's your like all-time total in the equip side?
Equipped side, I did a trainings comp like in the gym for, it was like 1 year ago right now actually, and then I did 1027.5.
Fuck you know.
So I'll be competing at the World's Powerlifting Open in like what would it be, 12th November. It's like what can it be, 4 or 5 weeks to then. So then I'll hopefully do a lot more than that. Hopefully, I'll say.
That's obviously kilos, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much a lot. So I've been up pretty heavy in the squat and bench right now. Not that heavy on the deadlift, but we'll see.
That's insane. Did you do any spots before coming into powerlifting?
I actually played football, or if you call it soccer.
Nah. I'm English, right?
Football.
Call it football.
Yeah, football. Yeah, I played football actually in many years, but I got a knee injury, so I've been doing 3 operations in my knee.
Wow.
It was like the patella scene that stabilized the patella.
Yeah.
That came off 2 times, and then the screw that they had set to the knee was unleashed over time, so they had to go in the 3rd time, and then it's just told me you can't play anymore. So but squatting 412.5 works for me, so that's fine.
That doesn't make any sense. You can't play football, but you can squat over 400 kilos.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, it's also I always will miss football because it's always a fun sport to just watch or play yourself. But with so many knee injuries, I can't risk it right now. And I think I'm pretty much too heavy and have too bad cardio for it.
Yeah, I don't think there's many 105 or 101 kilo footballers.
I don't think so either.
No. What's the average weight of a footballer these days? Is it like 70, 75?
Yeah, I think it's like 75. Maybe a bit less actually.
Jeez.
I think it's just like maybe the defenders and maybe like Akinfenwa in Wimbledon that are too big, or the bigger players. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, I think like Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, they will just weighing around 70 kilos maybe.
70 kilos.
Yeah, I think so actually.
But the speed these lads are getting up to, and ladies too, like the speed the game's got to is now ridiculous. So you can understand why they're a bit lighter.
Yeah, it's just like when you see Wolves or the Wolverhampton at the playing, and you see Adama Traore.
Yeah,
he's crazy fast.
Oh, I'm like allergic to the outside. Oh, hay fever, man! Do you get hay fever?
Like when you get when the trees come out and like the grass. Yeah, a lot in Sweden at the summer.
I get it so bad. It's like it's summer now, right? Well, it's getting towards summer now, so I'm getting absolutely fucked up by it.
Okay, then I actually eat a tablespoon of honey that are produced in the same area that you live in. That's helped me a lot with it.
Really?
But it needs to be, but it needs to be honey that are produced in the same area that you live in. And that's the only trick there.
How often do you do that?
Every day in the morning, a tablespoon.
Wow.
it helps a lot for me actually when I had that's the worst time.
I'm gonna give that a go.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean it's an excuse to have honey, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Some extra calories.
yeah,
Maybe 2
no,
tablespoons.
like Oliver told me to do it. Like it's like, yeah, we didn't tell you to have half a jar. They're just like, leave me alone.
Yeah. Oliver said it helped.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm in the 105 categories.
Yeah, see you there.
Yeah, I'm not putting in a bench shirt and benching like 346 or over 300 kilos. That's not gonna happen. No way. I'm a weightlifter. I like to put my arms above my head.
Okay. I don't think really I got the mobility in my shoulders right now for that. So,
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's insane.
but I'm working actually with a good powerlifter, or had been a good powerlifter. He was in the Olympics '82 Barcelona.
Wow.
So been working with him now. I think 2-3 years. So,
What do you want to like start dabbling around with the whole weightlifting?
I don't think I will start with it, but it will be fun to see with the strength I got to see what I'll be able to lift.
Yeah.
In the weightlifting as a compared to the other Swedish lifters. So, but I don't think I could never be able to like compete at the Olympics or something like that. I think it's not too late, but my mobility will be so much work that it will take too much time to get there.
Yeah, I understand.
So
Like I've always wondered what it would be like if you got like a super high level powerlifter like yourself and kind of tried to transition them over to weightlifting, because you have an insane amount of strength, right? And obviously, yeah, you do have the mobility issues, and also there might be a little bit of a coordination issue too, because SBD doesn't
for
require
sure.
an insane amount of coordination. But at the same time, strength is not an issue. And you'd be
No,
like, it would be really interesting to have like a little bit of a case study.
yeah, it would be fun if I knew that maybe I could take a year or two off, like off powerlifting. Then I would be maybe able to try it or something like that. But
Yeah,
I've never been able to, what do you call it, to actually do any competition or try it in the serious way.
it's always good for like a GPP phase, right? So you kind of come out the arse end of a competition. You're not going to compete for a while. It's like it's always fun just to throw it in there. Obviously, you're not going to be going for like a max snatch because shoulders might tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
But it's always fun just to mix up the training and do something that you can already do within your mobility.
Yeah, for sure. I will try it maybe after Worlds. Maybe put it in like for fun. But
Why not? Like a max power clean, that would be insane.
I actually just like power clean. Real. I'd look more like a strongman power clean than a weightlifting power clean. So, and that was like 100 kilo, and I didn't even like jerk it. I just press it, and I know that's not by the rules. So I don't know how much of the rules that I was followed. Maybe like one.
I can pick it up from the floor, but
Yeah, exactly.
my head not so much.
No, that's maybe the one rule that I actually followed.
Well, they used to do clean and press and clean and jerk. There used to be 3 lifts.
Yeah.
And like some of the lifts that they were putting above their heads was insane.
Yeah, I've seen some old pictures that we have our club that when somebody's pressing the weights, and I think there are more arch there than today's bench press.
Yeah, legit. Like it was not a good position.
No, I just shit. No wonders that everybody got like back pain or something like that when they're all like 60, 70 years old today. So that's maybe the reason for it.
like over 200 kilos above your head with a super arched back in like an incline press position, but standing up, you're like, that's not wise.
That feels good.
A good lift, bro. For the
Yeah,
kilo.
exactly.
Like some of the shit you see in a gym is honestly phenomenal. I've seen someone spot a deadlift from under the chin.
How did that work?
Oh, I
Just
left.
like lifted in the cheek or the chin, or how they just
Like,
pulled the head up?
like like fingertips kind of like cradling and then underneath the chin. And I walked out the gym. I was like, I
Oh my
can't be around this.
god.
I can't be around it. No.
Shit.
Like, let me know when you finish, guys. Like, I can't see that.
I'll come in an hour later.
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm gonna go cool off. I'll go to another gym.
Oh
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What, get a bit more serious in a sense of what lesson, this is an interesting question. What lesson
yeah,
do you think the barbell has taught you?
the barbell taught me actually very much lessons that you can always be better and stronger than you think. Because when I got my like second operation in my knee,
Yeah.
and I laid there after the operation in my bed, there was like blood everywhere, and my knee was like a football a size. And somebody told me, yeah, you will squat 400 in just 6 years. I will just laugh at them. Told me, no, never. I'll just happy if I can even walk again. But you should never doubt yourself in the strength, because you can always develop and always be better than you think you can be. So always think that you can develop, but it will not take like a week or two or like a month. It will take years to get strong. So have patience and think it's like so many says, like it's a marathon and not like a sprint 100 meters or something like that.
That's incredible, man. Like in 6 years, you go from, blood all over the operating table to over 400 kilo squat.
Thank you.
Oh man, I'm getting fucked. It's pollen, man. Yeah, that's insane. Like that's literally insane, and it's so true in the sense of, we used to have a saying back home in a gym I used to coach out of, months and years. So that was like the answer to everything, whether it was like developing a gymnastic skill, whether it's developing strength, barbell technique, or whatever. We literally used to just reply with months and years.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
it keeps you on the straight and narrow of like, this shit does not come easy. This shit does not come overnight. It's just monotonous, and you've got to keep going at it and keep moving forward. And it takes months and years.
It does. I've been training like younger guys and some younger girls as well. And before I start training them, I always said to them, you need to have patience at least 6 or 8 months to see any development.
Yeah.
Because if you not have that patience to do that, I can't help you with it. Because I can't do you a better lifter in like 3 weeks. That's impossible. I'm sorry. Then you need to find maybe another coach.
Yeah.
And if that coach is helping you develop in 3 weeks, please call me. Then I will need some help as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, right? Because you look back. So if we look back now, and we're like 8 months ago was February, right? And we're like, fuck, that was like last week. And it was 8 months ago.
Sure.
But if we look forward 8 months, right, we'll be like, nah, that's miles away.
Yeah, for sure. It is. 8 months. Oh, that's like, yeah. Sounds like 2 years.
Exactly. It's a really, I don't know, it's probably some psychology in there with, smarter people than you and I will be able to figure that one out. But
for sure.
We just like to live.
Yeah. Like
do adult PE for fun. Like, but yeah, it's people kind of they fixate on the time that it's going to take them rather than the step they need to do right
Yeah,
now to get there. You know what I mean? They fixate on the top of Everest, but it's like, great, top of Everest is a fantastic achievement and it's going to take a fucking load of work to get there. But at the end of the day, your left foot needs to go in front of your right foot, and then your right foot needs to go in front of your left foot, and you need to keep doing that.
exactly. It's like crazy to think even about it, because I'm just thinking at my own position. I'm training for a whole year for just one achievement, and that is standing highest on the podium and hear my national anthem like in 1 minute or even like 30 seconds. So I'm training a whole year just to enjoy 30 seconds of that time. That's pretty crazy to think about. But
Yeah.
in the end, I think it's worth it. So that's the crazy part. But I love that feeling.
It's the thing, right? Like from the outside, you'd look like a psycho. You'd be like, "What are you doing?" You all that
Yeah,
sacrifice and whatnot for like 30 seconds of quote unquote fame or achievement or results or whatever you want to call it, right? But it's the process, right? It's the process and the grind of having to eat 5,200 calories a day and try and put 4 kilos on. It's a process of learning the skill of an empty barbell again. It's the process of putting your shoes on and getting ready, mentally psyched. It's like the process of everything and the things that you learn along the way, right? Just like life. But we
yeah,
now like relate to it a little bit more in the gym and with the weights.
exactly. It's the crazy path that we're walking, but everybody's walking like different directions.
Mm, mm. What's the greatest life advice you've ever received?
Ooh, the greatest life advice. That was a hard question. I
I'm
don't know.
obsessed with this
So
question, man. I'm obsessed with it.
I don't know, like the advice I got to anybody, because I'm only like thinking what how can I be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
But the best advice I got from anybody else is, ooh, that's a good question. I don't know actually.
I mean, you
I
could
don't
have
know.
given yourself the advice.
As the only advice I self got me that I want to be uh, like a lifter in the lifting world
Yeah.
that someone will remember afterwards. Like, oh, do you remember the Swedish guy that was in the 93 or 105, which weight class I even will be in the future,
Yeah.
that did this weight, or maybe did that bench or deadlift or total or anything like that. So that will be a big influence. But even though maybe influence my to be a proud role model for like my city or like my family, so make a stamp off to actually be a great athlete,
Hmm.
and be maybe somebody the city will remember. Like
Hmm.
if anybody's talking like in the city mall or like in the food trucks or whatever, they say, oh, did you read the newspaper about that guy? Yeah, he lifted that much in the worlds, or he did that in the gym, or like that. So that will be a more accomplished for me
Mm.
than any advice to be the role model that I can be maybe for other people.
And
That,
like people
oh,
could,
I want to be like the strong like him and not be afraid of it.
yeah, 100%, man. And people can draw inspiration from that and put it into any area, right? So, even if they never set foot in a gym, they'll be like, that's insane. Like he's like broken this or done that, or that journey's insane, or blah 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 blah. Be like, cool. Now I'm gonna draw inspiration from that and I'm gonna go for whatever.
For
And
sure.
you're like,
That's
that's cool. That's
yeah,
transcending the gym. That's just our medium. That's what we like to do. But if people want to use that and put it into other areas of life, then fucking go for it, man. And you could be the
For sure.
you could be the place that they get that from, the source.
Exactly. That will be a more accomplished for me than any advice or quote or anything that I could give them. So I think that maybe will be a better part of transaction to them from me.
I like that. I like that. What about the worst?
The worst.
Yeah.
So the worst advice as that will be maybe that only go with the flow and not be like be like everyone else.
Yeah.
And not listen to yourself. If you maybe in the gym, do you have knee pain or back pain or anything? Take it cool then that day, or take it cool a week. Listen to your body, not just like, yeah, your training is pushing you, saying, oh, you need to go that way today to follow the program and the percentage of the weights and etc. But you need to always like believe in yourself and believe that you're doing the smarter choice and not somebody else. And that's the why and the reason you never should go with the flow like everyone else. Be yourself, be that guy or girl that you want to be.
Yeah, ultimately you're gonna know the right decision for you, right? I believe like you already have everything that you could ever need within you, right? And experiences in the life and people that you meet just help pull it out of you, right?
Yes, I think so. Right now, I've had luck with meeting a good coach, and I have a good national team behind me.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty lucky with that. But you always need to surround you with good people to train with if you're talking like training talk now, or in your training. Don't like be, oh, I have that one guy that's training. Surround them with maybe 6-7 people. Then it'll be a group and it will be more fun to train together.
100%. Like they call you out on your bullshit, right? If you're slacking around, bullshitting around, like I don't know, like you fall into the ego trap, right? And things start going down the wrong path. Like they're going to be the first ones that's going to stamp it out and be like, look, motherfucker, this is not what we do. We do what we do because we do what we do. We don't do it because of that. And
exactly.
Yeah, it's really important to surround yourselves with those likes of people.
For sure. That will be the most important people in your training life.
And if I was going to bounce off that idea, right, and give some advice to anyone, it is the sense of get those people around you virtually too. So obviously everything now these days is connected, right? We're talking to a screen, but we're on the other side of the world over like multiple different time zones, right? But we can connect with each other in the sense of I can surround myself with your stuff by having you on whatever fucking social media platform, right? And like people end up falling into a trap because they will get the other side of the world and the other types of people around them virtually, right? So whenever you're scrolling on your phone, which everyone does, let's be honest, you're surrounded by bullshit, and then that will infiltrate your subconscious, right? And then you'll end up doing bullshit, right? And it will just start affecting the way you think about things. However, if I go the other way, I'll be like, cool, I got your shit all over my Instagram, I got other people's shit all over my Instagram, whatever, and I flick on, right? I'm only ever going to be surrounded by positive. Like that's the way to do it, man. Like get rid of the junk, get rid of the dead weight.
Exactly. Surround yourself with positive people that give you the energy, and not like people that take your energy.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the same thing if you want to like be a good, for example, powerlifter or weightlifter or anything else. So surround yourself with the people that want to be a good powerlifter, weightlifter. If it's work related, then a good worker. So surround yourself with people like yourself or people that you want to achieve. So I will always be able to or like to take people into my community, if you call it that, that want to be a power lifter, that want to be as serious in the lifting that I am. So if you want to be that and you live in like Sweden or near me, or even want to train with me or something, then it's just to message me or have a chat like we're doing today. That will be awesome.
I love that, man, because it's all about giving back, right? That's what the fucking fitness industry started out as being, in the sense of like, you know, I might know a little bit more and I'll pass it on to the next person. And then they'll know a bit more, they pass it on to the next person. It's just kind of like giving back. Like that's what
sure.
the fitness industry, you know, used to be. And now obviously things have evolved into whatever by my fucking whatever it is, right? And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, let's go back to the roots of we're all trying to do something here, right? We're all trying to be a little bit physically and mentally a little bit healthier. And then, you know, go about our day in whatever avenue we want to go about. And it's we want to be able to build that community, right?
Exactly. And that will always be like the most important for like take the sport or anything else further.
Yeah.
You need to pass it on, and then I'll hopefully pass my lifting experience over to somebody else that will further competing for many years after me.
It's like a lifting legacy, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, man. It's fucking cool. You know? Like, and I love seeing like and I'll think about it, like I'm a thinker too, right? I'll think about random shit all the time. But I'll think about like the evolution of we'll call it fitness, quote unquote, of a lifetime, right? So you'll get, say for example, you know, you play football and you were a footballer for a long time, and now you're powerlifter. And you'll look back in like 80 years time, 60 years time, you'd be like, well, for this period of your life, you're a footballer, then you're a powerlifter, and then you did whatever, and then you did whatever, and then you were able to do whatever. And it's like the adaptability of the human body will forever blow my mind.
Yeah, for sure. I will never believe when I was playing football 10 times a week and had a went to a football school and played one game a week least. And I was like, yeah, okay, someone will tell me maybe in 10, 15 years you'll weigh 101 and be a powerlifter. I was like weighing 65 kilos then. So that was a crazy, what we say, change in my life.
Yeah, man. And it's like, you know, the body is a physical representation of of your mental state, right? And it's kind of just been like, what are the lessons he's learned along that way to go from 65 kilo to 101, to go from kicking a football into the back of an onion basket to putting over 400 kilos on these backs, sitting down, standing up. You know what I mean? You're just like, that is insane.
For sure. It's crazy to think about when you're looking back at old pictures or videos when you're playing football, or even when you're starting powerlifting. I just like I think I was benching like 80 kilos or 85 kilos first time ever I was benching. And now I'm like, this was raw then, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm benching like maybe 220 kilo, 25 kilo raw. And that's a pretty big difference in just like 9 years.
That's an insane difference, yeah.
So it's crazy to think about when you're looking back.
But everyone's got 20/20 vision in hindsight, right?
What do you say?
Everyone's got 20/20 vision in hindsight.
For sure.
Yeah, like so if someone was coming up to you, right, and be like, all right, I want to get into powerlifting, and that's all they're going to tell you, what advice would you give them straight away?
I will tell him to come down to our club if he lives in Sweden or Helsingborg that I'm living in. So if you're coming from that side of the country or my city, I'll always tell you to come down to our club, train with our gang, and come into the community with us. But if you're training like with another in another city or in another country, always take contact with the closest club or any powerlifter from the same country and get the help. It's always hard for me to like help any new lifters around the world, but in the same city or the country, it's all pretty much easier for me to help out. But I will always just tell them to find the nearest club, that powerlifting club. And because I've always imagined that everybody in the powerlifting community is very kind to each other. We can be pretty, what do you say, competitive when we are competing against each other. We don't like talk or looking maybe a bit angry at each other or anything like that. But afterwards, it's always like, yeah, we're laughing and we're changing shirts and have a good time. And so always like, don't be afraid of asking for help.
Yeah.
Just because we look like we look sometimes. Because I've heard many times that, oh, you're a power lifter, oh, you got that beard you got, and you're weighing like over 100 kilos, you look like a freak sometimes, and many kids or younger people are afraid of you. But I'm saying I'm just like a big bear. I'm hard on the outside and hairy, but I'm pretty nice on the inside.
I wouldn't recommend going to hug a bear though.
Yeah, you can take a hug.
Yeah, man. Like it's funny, right? Like once you get into strength sports, you understand that everyone is so nice, everyone is so friendly. Like they want to see you succeed in whatever way that success looks for you, right? But looking into strength sports, you're like, oh my god, these like lads and ladies are freaks. They're so strong. They're so like intimidating. I bet it's like an ego fucking trip, and you're like, that it couldn't be further from the truth.
No, also look at maybe like I have never met any big strongmans, but look at the Haftor or Eddie Hall or Savitskas or any of those. I can imagine that they are looking pretty frightened on the pretty, what do you call it? Yeah, on the outside, pretty hard on the outside. Yeah. But if you would ask them for help, I would imagine that they actually would help you.
Yeah.
So
100%, man. Like, you know, it's breaking down that stereotype, right? And it's quite intimidating always from a newbie's perspective, walking into a gym like that. So what would you advise, like, to kind of tackle that problem of that intimidation factor of getting into the gym?
I'll always ask them if I'll always like if I see somebody that's doing powerlifting stuff, maybe squats, bench, or deadlift, that I see are like new in the gym or trying to like maybe doing a new technique, or you often can see they're trying to do some technical adaptations. Yeah. Like in the sumo deadlift, they are mixing with the feet or the grip or anything like that. I'll always go to them and maybe ask them if they are interested in powerlifting, if they want to compete, or how long they've been training for. So you that are already a powerlifter or an athlete in other sports, taking the first step to helping them, that I think would be a better way for new persons, at least the younger persons, to be able to get in the community, because often they are pretty nervous to be there. They're pretty frightened of maybe you that are a big guy or strong. So just show themselves or show you that you are the nicer guy.
I like that.
They don't need to be afraid of you or think that you are like a crazy guy that they don't want to meet in a dark alley.
Well, you know, don't push me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't poke the bear. No, I like that, taking the initiative of putting the initiative or putting the responsibility on someone who's already in the door, right? I've been like, hey, like, you know, if you kind of notice something and someone's giving it a go, like it's your responsibility to go past that information on and go past that knowledge on and be like, hey, you know, if you want to take this knowledge or this piece of advice, take it. If not, that's absolutely fine. Let it drop to the floor, leave it where it is. Like that's, you know, ultimately that's on you. It's your decision. We're all adults. But yeah, like I really like that rather than be like, oh, it's up to you to come in to find us. You know what I mean? It's like, no,
Yeah,
go
it's
seek them
hard
out.
for many people. Just imagine if or like I would just say a 12-year-old girl or boy that's coming in a gym. You can see 4 or 5 people screaming at the bar and like thinking that, oh shit, it smells like a dude's room. It's just another ammoniac and sweat,
Yeah,
and everybody is screaming. As they will be frightened at everybody in there. Just imagine that situation. So if you can be maybe that guy for them to help them in the community and show them we are not that dangerous, because they are just screaming inside the body, oh shit, take me away from this gym.
that's so true. Like you walk in and there's a lot of profanity getting screamed around. There's probably some, oh, oh, there's probably some hip hop going everywhere. You know what I mean? Like someone's blasting out some gangster rap or some heavy metal. Someone's getting slapped. That's another one, right? Like I was
For sure.
watching, like whether you're watching powerlifting or you're watching weightlifting, you're like, right. Like I'll watch it with a couple of my mates who are not into the gym. Right. They're like, oh, this is kind of what you do. I was like, well, they bench. I don't bench. I bench for like fun and stability in my shoulders and to help my overhead, but I don't do it for, you know, a competition. And obviously the weights that they're lifting is fucking a lot more. And obviously the movements are different. But anyway, I'm like, strength sports is the only sport or only types of sport where a male coach will slap a female athlete, right? And no one
Yeah.
blinks an eyelid. Like you do
Yeah.
that on the street, that's fucking assault,
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
you know? And like I didn't even think about it. And they were like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, you just slapped her. I was like, yeah, he's hyping her up. I
Yeah.
was like, but you can't do that. And I didn't, you know, the barbell is non-discriminatory, right? It there's no prejudice from a barbell. I could pick it up and it's going to weigh 20 kilos. A woman could pick it
Yeah.
up and it's going to weigh 20 kilos. Like someone in a wheelchair could pick it up, it's going to weigh 20 kilos. It doesn't give a fuck. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about it in the sense of like it strips down everything. It's like it's just a human being picking up an object that's hard and moving it from A to B. That's it.
Exactly. That's a perfect saying, actually.
Yeah, it would be rather intimidating looking at it from
Yeah,
outside in though.
I actually never thought about it that the way you said it right now, because I've never thought about it when the like a big coach is slapping a 63 kilo girl. It sounds like it's assault
Yeah,
deluxe, but it's like in the way we see it, we just she's need to be hyped for the lift.
exactly.
It's like a PB she's going for. She need the slap on her back or the hips or anything.
Exactly. And it's all like that's all predetermined. We want to just like iron that one out in the sense of they've spoken about that before and she has either asked for it or is like, yes, this is something that I need to get me through that. It's not just like I'm gonna rock up to any female fucking athlete and just go slap her on the back. No, that doesn't
No,
happen. Like
exactly.
it's all
Never.
predetermined.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Don't just walk up to anybody in the gym and start slapping them and be like, this is gonna get you a PR, bro.
No, that's not the way we're doing it. But yeah, it's a crazy world to come into.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh,
100%. So if you were gonna give your younger self 3 words, right, what would you tell your younger self? 3 words.
My younger self?
Yeah.
Be patient, for sure. Be patient. Trust in yourself, and always challenge yourself.
I really like that last one.
Yeah, always challenge yourself. Never always stay in your comfort zone, or if you got a problem, try to figure it out. And that, I think that I will always keep it, because I always think that even in my working life, or in my daily life, or my training life, I always try to challenge myself, because I'm just not less of sitting still or doing the same thing over and over again. I want to do new things. I want to challenge to be better at work, better at my gym, or better as a person. So always try to challenge yourself at anything. It can be like some ridiculous things as well. I've got that, at least.
Learn, adapt, and overcome, right?
Sure, for sure.
Growth. That's what we're here to do. Whether you're, whatever you believe in, whatever your fucking faith system is, whatever, it's all on growth, right? Everything is about going from where you are now to somewhere more, something more, learning and adapting along the way. So yeah, I love that, man.
Exactly.
Brother, I really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you for even been talking to me. It was a fun time.
Yeah, man. Like, make sure you get down to the bottom right hand corner of the world. Yeah,
for sure. I will. Hopefully, in 1 or 2 years, I will come down, and I will hopefully take it in the summer, at your summer.
Yes.
So I can drive some motorcycle over there. I've heard this will be awesome.
Yeah, man. Like, I coach at a fucking really cool gym down here in Christchurch, and they've got some sweet ass powerlifting gear. So we can get you in, and we'll get a coffee and work out.
That will do.
You can teach me how to bench.
For sure. Then you need to teach me how to snatch.
you need to be able to put your arm above your head.
I have 2 years to train my mobility.
Yeah. You might need a little more.
Maybe that.
Yeah. I really want to get over to Sweden one day, man. Like, I've been to Denmark, and I've been to Iceland, but I've not gone to any other Scandinavian countries.
You're always welcome, just to come over.
Thank you, brother. Whenever I get back to the Northern Hemisphere, I'm definitely going to be we're going to be going around and seeing people in person that I've had conversations with, right?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, man. All right, you go have an awesome day, and I'll catch up with you soon. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Let me know how you go.
Of course, I will.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.